good people? It's your girl Nasha and I'm back with another video. 10 inmates escaped from the jail in Illinois. Let's talk about it. I've got so many questions, okay? Like, what's happening? So y'all, this happened on May 16th, okay? As a former correctional officer, I have so many questions. Like, it is so many different angles. Like, what's happening in this jail? But y'all, if you don't know, I have done corrections for about like 10 years. I did juvenile corrections, adult corrections, juvenile probation. Just check out my playlist. I've got story times, videos, all that. Okay, let's get into this. Disclaimer. So I've been watching the news, so if I get anything wrong, it's from the damn news. Okay, I'm not judging nobody, I'm not talking about nobody, I'm just giving my experience, my opinion, my experience. If you agree or disagree, we can definitely do dialogue in the comments peacefully. Okay, yeah, I've got so many questions. For one, we all seen the video of the inmate pulling the door, right? Where the fuck was the officer at? Like, you cannot tell me you cannot. Those inside the dorms, those doors are so loud, okay? And when you going back and forth, that shit is so loud. So then I heard either like the news or Facebook, they said that the officer was going to get lunch. Where was y'all going to get lunch at that time of morning? It's like what, 1 something in the morning when they escaped out? What good. What the? And my initial thought was staff shortage. That's why the staff wasn't in there. The officer wasn't in there. I know how it is to be short staffed. When I worked at a level 3 correction as a sergeant, on the weekends I used to dread the weekends. There was no staff, okay? It was just the shift. Like, usually, and this was at a prison, it was just the shift there. Usually on the weekday, you have the dorm lieutenant, the dorm sergeant, and then you. So, and it's like extra people there. But on the weekends, and then we have visitation. So we would usually run 2 dorms. Each dorm had 2 wings. Each wing had like 45 inmates. So that's 90 and 90. Then you got visitation, unlocking keys. Then you got to do count. Like, it's a lot. So my first thought was, okay, they must have been short staffed. They was doing something somewhere else. But then when I found out that they left, so they forced the cell, okay, pause. They forced the cell door open at 12:22 a.m. But then I heard that the officer went to go get some food. What the fuck is open at 12:22 a.m.? When I did night shift with juvenile corrections, we got our lunch no later than 9. By 9, our lunch was over. Like, yes, there's nothing open. Everything is closing. So where was that officer at? Like, it's not making sense. And then surveillance captured them leaving at like what, 1:30, around like 1 a.m. right? And the next official count, because you're literally supposed to count like maybe every hour, depending on like the status. Like, if you have somebody on suicide watch, no, that's different. Every hour. So nobody noticed from 1 to 8:30 the inmates was missing. And I understand, y'all, I understand. When it comes to count, you don't want to do that shit. Like, especially at night, as a female working in the male's dorm, they doing a lot of shit in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to get up. For one, you tired. But at the end of the day, that's the job. Like, that's the job that it, oh well, you have to do your checks, okay? I've had a time where I didn't do my check. I was late, like maybe a minute or 2, and I could have went to jail. The person could have died, literally. I'll do a story time. Maybe, I don't know. I got so much trauma. Like, it's crazy. Anyways, those checks are so important. That logbook is a legal document, okay? They can take that book to court. If you put it in the book and you didn't do it, you lied, okay? If you did it and didn't put it in the book, you didn't do it. simple as that, okay? I don't care if you did it. If it's not logged, you did not do it. The maintenance worker, right? They arrested the maintenance worker. What's happening here? They arrested the maintenance worker for turning off the water. Now, so apparently you could turn off water to each cell. That's what it seemed like, right? But you gotta let people know that the water is turned off. Like, you can't just turn the water off without letting like the supervisor know, lieutenant know, sergeant know, so other people knew that the water was off. And my thing is, where's the watchtower? Like, do they not have watchtowers in jail? I know in prison they do. They got somebody outside at the top in a literal tower watching the, like, everything. I don't know how that jail outline is, but yeah. And was there nobody like in the perimeter? Like, was there nobody like working the perimeter of the jail? Like, y'all, I got so many questions. The maintenance worker said that he was threatened, right, by the inmates if he didn't shut the water off. My question to you is, if you was that maintenance worker, what would you have done? If you got threatened, if you don't turn this motherfucking water off, we gonna kill you and your family. What are you gonna do? Like, I ran so many scenarios in my head. I'm like, okay, if he tells, perfect situation would be if he tells the warden, and they randomly move the inmates, right? Out of nowhere, right? I don't know how far in between did they threaten the maintenance worker to him actually doing it. I don't know if it was like the same day or what. But if he was warned, like if the maintenance person would have, you know, told, he could have told the warden. They could have just removed an inmate or two, however, you know, wherever, just remove them from that area. Don't have to have a reason to be moved. Just move them, right? Also, scenario 2. The maintenance worker told the warden or whoever, and whoever's at the top, and they let the inmates escape out, but had everybody there lined up to get their ass, right? Ensuring that they actually did escape. So this is their extra charge, but we're here to capture them because we already knew we was on game, right? But all that sound nice and dandy, but you also got to think, if you worked in corrections before or currently, you know that there are sneaky officers, right? We are supposed to protect each other while we're in there, because at the end of the day, in jail or in prison, this is their house. We are not in fucking control. Officers are not in control. I don't care what nobody say. Officers are not in control. Okay? Inmates can literally flip, do a riot. We're not in control. So, but there are officers who are like this, buddy with inmates, and will tell you such and such snitched on y'all, X, Y, and Z. You gotta think about that. So it's just a lot. Like, when you're working for corrections, it's a lot. Like, literally, it's a lot. As far as the female officers that picked up them inmates when they escaped, I ain't got no words for that. Like, I just want to know, did anybody say, I don't think this shit gonna work? I think we may get caught, and for the officers, hey, we may go to fucking jail for this. You know, like, y'all, I took my job very serious. I don't like that crooked shit. I just don't. Inmate-employee relations or employee-inmate relations, they literally teach this class. And I honestly feel like the inmates preyed on certain people, right? Certain people that they knew they could get to that'll help them out. When you come into this field, you literally have to be stern. That you cannot, it ain't shit funny. And I've made videos about this, especially for females. It ain't shit funny. We are not cool. No, we're not friends. No, I can't look at, no, bitch, no. No. Because that's their way of slithering in. It ain't no different than another dude on the street. Like people on the street, sneaky and conniving. It's just they have limited access. Women are literally preyed upon in the prison system by inmates, and a lot of women fall for it. Like when I was working at corrections, I noticed the girl, well, I ain't gonna say everybody noticed the girl was too friendly. And it was like, and it's hard to judge people because people thought I was gonna do it. People thought I was literally gonna sleep with the inmates. Bitch, what? Excuse me? But everybody's seen her and her behavior. Lo and behold, right after I left, the girl got arrested. They literally walked her out, drove her to the fucking jail, and handed her over. Because she was sneaking stuff in and having sex with the inmates. It's not that serious. Like, damn, it's really not. It's so much easier to nip shit in the bud and not go down that path than to try to get out of something that you're already in, okay? Just don't even go down that road, y'all. I've seen people do it. I've seen people get caught. I've seen people get away with stuff. You may not be the lucky one to get away with stuff, okay? Just don't do it. Male or female officer, don't do anything that go against what you sworn in to be, okay? And sworn in to do. So far, they did capture some of the inmates, and I heard somebody's grandma got arrested for sending money. Like, it's so much going on. Like, it's so much going on. Somebody's grandma got arrested for sending them money after they escaped. That's wild. Like, y'all arrested grandma, but he should never ask grandma for no money, because now you done got grandma arrested. They may use her against you. Like, it's too much. they've captured some of the inmates already. Ain't no telling, you know. And literally, I want to say 9 out of the 10 inmates got murder or second-degree murder charges. I think 1 has burglary. Like, yeah, you talking about some serious charges. So everybody out there, Illinois or surrounding areas, everybody be careful, period. I hope nobody else gets unalived in this process, but yeah. So if you guys have any questions, please leave them below. Don't forget to check out my other correctional videos. At the end of the day, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel.